So the Dilemma Machine, TSK Constructions, coming out on the track now. Sam Tweedy behind the wheel. Flick Bates, first-time navigator here, the real estate agent for Harcourts out of Tamaranui there. And this wind certainly starting to pick up a little bit here, so it'll make things just a little bit interesting out on track. But Sam Tweedy, this is an eagle hull. Well, a couple of people down the Lucas Oils end of the track really starting to knife things around that arc down there. Now into the NZ Speed Bowl.
I'll tell you what, for a first-time navigator, she's not doing too bad a job either.
Yeah, she's doing a fantastic job. I'm really surprised at how well she's doing right from the outset in qualifying round number 1. She had the arm out over the bow of the boat there, over the bonnet, if you like, and just, well, pointing Sam Tweedy exactly where he needs to be. And this is a pretty good-looking run. A few tiny little mistakes in there, a little bit knifey on it, but certainly, apart from those few little issues, a good time of a 51.018.
And that's pretty consistent too, because they're doing that. They're starting to get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit as we go on. Of course, so we moved in now to qual 4. So you want to be starting to tweak it now and get one more better, because you'll get another run for qual 5. And then it starts to really heat up when we hit the top 9.
Yeah, it's those little increments that make a big difference. 2 abreast coming out now. Donna Thompson behind the wheel. Tracy Thompson doing the navigational duties. Tracy not been in a boat for about 3 or 4 years. Donna now jumping back behind the wheel. Really impressed with her qualifying 3 run. What is she going to produce here in qualifying round number 4?
So it just goes to show you the flexibility of this sport. You know, we've got Donna Thompson, who usually sits in the other seat for Cy Gibbon, and then of course you've got John O'Very in the next boat, who used to sit in the other seat for a super boat. So, you know, the versatility of this sport is fantastic. As these two ladies, oh, they're pretty to watch as they head back down the straight. They're still giving it everything they've got too as they swing around that. Oh, nice line. See, they're all taking that narrow line. The only one that takes a wide one is Cole Patrick, and he'll have to sort that out pretty quick, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's going to have to turn in a lot earlier there, but Donald Thompson looking great out there at the moment. And big g'day to Blake down there watching with Daisy and Grandma and Grandpa back down there in Wanganui, watching Mum out on the track. This is going to be a good run for Donald Thompson.
Oh, bounces through there. This is going to be superb as she picks up a 49.672, folks. Give her a round of applause as they come back towards the ramp. That's a great time. A bit of cloud cover over there too, Kay's sort of keeping the temperature down a wee bit too, so that's pretty good for those guys over there on the bank. Certainly good for us here in the commentary box, because that breeze is picking up a little bit too much for my liking, but it's okay. The paper hasn't started moving off the table yet.
Only because we've got bricks on all the paperwork.
That's not very nice to say about me.
No, you're rounder than a brick.
Oh, okay. So what do you call me, a stone then?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to go down that path. John O'Very now coming out on the track. Millie Simmons, the navigator. Millie Simmons, a student, 16 years old, out of Hastings. The Link ECU boat, Link Engine Management Systems, Entry Builders 0800 My Engine. With Anthony Simmetal Stud, Industrial Manufacturing Services, Will Signs, SMB Productions, and His Car Plus. So John O'Very looking quite good out there at the moment.
Yeah, he sure is, mate. He takes a lot of pride in what he and everything he does, mate. Right from being a great dad to his 3 lovely kids, and of course a big hi to the family back home. And he'll be looking to have a big, strong day here today. It sort of wants to get the monkey off the back, mate. He was finished 4th in the Group B, or just missed out on the podium in Wanaka. So that's the goal today as he comes back through the centre of the course. This is going to be a fantastic time of 49.069, and they'll be happy because they're getting consistent. They're staying right on that tight line. And of course, he finished second there in the qual round, had a good time. So anything's possible here, KB. He'll be happy with that.
All right, our next boat to face the starter, Bryce and Kylie Barron out of Carterton. Central Auto Parts, LJ Hooker, Carterton, and Grey Clay Global. Sponsors on board these guys. Fortitude Racing is coming into the start chute now, awaiting the green light. Oh, the starter looked like he might have held him back a bit there. But very, very consistent. In fact, our starters down there, they just sit there and wait for the boat to hit around about the PSP flag from where we're situated there, and then they'll give them the green light to go. So the rules say that you mustn't be on the plane as you approach the start, and Bryce Barron drove too deep into that corner, had to recorrect, and again into the entrance, and again he's done it. So really starting to push very hard is Bryce Barron, running a little bit too deep in some parts of the track and then knifing it on other parts. So at the moment he's really going to have to smooth this out. How will he go into the speed bowl this time? A lot better in and out of there. Of course, a different direction in there. Didn't need to throw the boat in there, but Bryce Barron coming around this final right-hander now, and he's really sorted that lap out towards the latter end of it for a 49.046 for Bryce and Kylie Barron.
I'll tell you what, these Group Bs are certainly showing the other two classes how to come around nice and tight. Certainly down that corner that Cole Patrick sort of can't work out yet. But as they come back through to finish the rotation, they're all taking a nice line. It doesn't seem to be costing them too much time.
Yeah, it's all a matter of boat placement. Some of the apexes that you'll see on a tarmac track, all the apexes are all the same. When it comes to jet sprinting, different apexes, the apexes in fact change from wider lines or tighter lines depending on how the boat is set up. So you won't see the constant apexes that you will on tarmac here at the Jetsprinting NZ Sprint Bowl Meremere, as we go Venom Racing with Chris Rasmussen, Holly Southern of Professionals Real Estate, Attraction Sign and Design, Steve Hildred Motors, Max Bennington's Auto City, Total Paint Supplies on board the pairing from New Plymouth.
Oh, these guys are a great couple, these two. Really, really consummate professionals as they head through the tricky parts of the course, through the middle. Look, I tell you what, KB, I really enjoy it. What never ceases to amaze me about this sport, mate, is the cool, calm and collectiveness of these teams. You know, they get out there on these high-powered machines, as they do that really well as they swing that bend, come back through the course. They get in these high-powered machines, mate, and leave nothing left on the track. You know, they always give it their best shot.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Very, very competitive sport, as you'd well expect. In this final right-hander from Chris Rasmussen, and across the line, that's the quickest time in Q4 so far for Group B, 47.868.
Yeah, they'll be stoked with that. Of course, they'll be hot on the heels of the Beaver reliever. They've been on the second step of the podium to him a couple of times. They want to try and knock him off, but of course they've got to they've got to make sure everything goes right. So Lou gives them the wave, and Sam Gray will get the pushed back off in the recession, and the green machine as they look to head out now, folks. Keep an eye on these guys, as KB mentioned before. They're a little bit down in power on some of the other boats, but they certainly make up for it in other aspects.
His boat, a Stinger hull, sits quite a lot higher. The older style Stinger boat sits quite a lot higher. The freeboard, or the height of the boat from the bottom of it to the top of it, quite a lot larger, you'll notice. These style Stinger boats will sit, once they trim them right, will bring them right up out of the water. So Sam Gray down the PSP back chute into Lucas.
See, they're all taking that nice line, eh? They've all got the gist of that rotation coming through there, so it doesn't seem to be troubling these guys in Group B. However, different story as we climb through the classes. Looking pretty sharp, KV, as they head through the middle of the track now. The confidence will be growing for these guys every time they get on the water. Of course, we talk a lot about seat time, right? So the more time you spend in the seat, look at Ruben Hoxseven, the more time you spend in the seat, the better you're going to get.
Yeah, there is absolutely no doubt about that. I think that Sam Gray and Mike Allen really a good respect to that. And this is the mouth fresher final corner. Sam Gray comes across the line, 51.382, 51.382 there for Sam Gray as we wait for the Beaver reliever, the man leading the charge at the moment in the Group B category. We're in qualifying round number 4. The Beaver reliever, Carl Beaver and Jay Amon will be out on track next. So it was Chris Rasmussen posting the fastest time in this qualifying round so far with a 47.8. So Carl Beaver will want to be going quicker than that.
You watch for the acceleration as they come off the start here, folks. You'll know straight away if he means business by the way that they come out of the chute. So stand by and you'll what I want you to have a look for this time, guys, is what's the expression on the face, the pure concentration of these drivers. Now, we know it's the lower class, the Group B class, so, you know, they're not as quick as the super boats. But the attrition of these guys is absolutely outstanding. Here we go, put the foot down straight out of the chute, as I said. And they'll be looking to post a good time and retain and just keep the pressure on KV, the old Beaver reliever.
Yeah, certainly knows how to do that, does Carl Beaver. Just having a little bit of a mistake just there as he came back towards commentary there. Just knifed it just that little bit. Almost imperceptible, but those are valuable tenths or thousandths of a second that can add up and mean a big difference between podium 1 and podium 2 come the end of the day when we get down to that business end of it. So this is what he'll be looking to smooth out around here. Very nice around NZ sprint bowl just there.
Took it nice and wide too, KV. Did you notice that? Didn't brush the tyre wall, but nice smooth transition through the troublesome part of the course. That's going to be a 47.771 and straight into P1, KV. The pressure is really getting hot.
Yeah, it's only 0.1 of a second difference between Carl Beaver and Chris Rasmussen in the Black Venom machine, though. So, and that's at qualifying 4. If
he hadn't have dropped those couple of mistakes you picked up on through there, mate, we could have been a little bit further advanced. So look to keep an eye on that, folks. You've seen it, this style. Remember, we've got KV's prediction of a 38, a low 38, high 39 to come out. So if they keep up this sort of performance, well, this is going to be a ding-dong day, I tell you.
Yeah, Tim and Debbie Edhouse coming out next. Reigning New Zealand champions, Liquid Addiction, O'Fonnell Motors, Tyre Max New Zealand, Waikato, Clutch and Brake Specialists, McCurdy Trucks and Castrol Oils on board the reigning New Zealand champions in the Group B category. So away they go. Oh, he's got a nice line heading into the NZ Speed Bowl, going a left way around it. Had a very nice line through there, very close into the tyres. Been working on the lines, Will Tim Edhouse. Been around the sport for a number of years and he's really working just finitely to position that boat in exactly the right spot. So he'll be thinking 3 or 4 corners in front of him, now into Lucas. Now give it the big wide open up. That'll be foot flat to the floor. You can't push the accelerator down any harder.
No, dead right. That's a great part of the rotation too, because you can really see the speed of these boats as they get to open it up down that straight. He'll come through flick. Look at the animation from Debbie as they go through. This is going to be a good time, 48.779. It's not going to be good enough to put them in P1, but they'll slide into P3. So KV, run us through that positions.
All right, so Carl Beaver was quickest, Chris Rasmussen, Tim Edhouse, Bryce Barron, John Verry, Donna Thompson, Sam Tweedy and Sam Gray. We're going to reset our clocks and get set to go qualifying round number 4, Group A style for Lucas Oils.